Okay, guys, we have another sunken old wooden boat that sunk at the dock. This time it's an old tugboat, and unfortunately, she had to be destroyed in order just to get her out of the water. Here's the story from the Maritime Executive that was published on November the 28th, 2025. Salvors have completed the delicate task of deconstructing and removing the debris of the World War II era wooden tugboat that sank at the marina in Washington. The historic tug Dominion, 130 feet long, was built in 1944. She sank in September, causing a massive oil spill and prompting agencies to mobilize a major response operation to mitigate pollution threats and protect the environment. The vessel was considered to be one of the last of her kind and a popular local attraction. Built for the U.S. Navy in 1944, the wooden old boat was all number 14 and would remain active with the Navy until she was sold in 1958. Acquired by Foss Maritime Company of Tacoma, Washington, she was renamed Patricia Foss. She remained active for another 18 years until being retired in 1976. She was laid up and sold in 1980 and had been subject to multiple restoration efforts. Following her sinking on September the 17th, the Washington Department of Ecology, or WDE, had overseen 2 attempts to lift the tug. During the second attempt, responders discovered that the integrity of the vessel was compromised to the extent that multiple dewatering pumps were not enough to overcome the water continuously flowing into the vessel. After it was clear that the vessel could not be refloated, the vessel was lowered back into the water. The WDE went ahead to reclassify the privately owned sunken tug as marine debris, paving the way for deconstruction, on-site and removal of the wreck. Contractors deployed equipment to tear the former tug into pieces that were loaded onto a barge and transported to a salvage yard in Seattle. Contractors deployed booms, skimmers, and absorbents throughout the response to recover oil, with other teams monitoring the shoreline near the incident site throughout the response. A curtain was placed around the sunken vessel to contain the spread of the debris, with a crane removing portions of the vessel piece by piece. The Coast Guard, which was overseeing the operation, gave an account of the task, stating that during the destruction of the vessel, the curtain successfully contained the majority of the oil debris. During the operation, they report approximately 22,000 gallons of water-oil mixture and 190 tons of solid waste and debris, and 60 tons of metal were recovered. Crews also decontaminated 61 vessels in the marina, with contaminated debris being transported to a hazardous waste facility in Oregon for proper disposal. While the cause of the tug sinking is still under investigation, the Coast Guard said that individuals or businesses adversely affected by the oil spill may be eligible for compensation. The historic tug was privately owned when it sank. It's nice that they try and save some of these old boats, but they really have to be taken care of. This was just another derelict boat that multiple people has tried to repair over the years, very unsuccessfully it seems. And you have to keep asking, why are all of these old vessels carrying so much oil? Of course, with this thing being so old and made of wood, there's going to be oil in that wood as well. But an old vessel sitting at the dock waiting for her time to sink should not be carrying any kind of oil on board. That's just a disaster waiting to happen, and again, it happened. And one has to wonder, who's paying for the cost of this cleanup? She was privately owned, remember? Alright guys, there it is. As always, thanks for watching. If you're new here and you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you on the next one.